Welcome to the Silver Lining, where it's no filler, no fluff, but we keeps it a buck. And today we're going to be talking about the new Lupe Fiasco album, Samurai. This album came out June 28th, 2024. It's a concept album by Lupe. And if you're a fan of Lupe, a concept album shouldn't be new to you. We've seen Lupe do concept albums before. Dragus Wave was a concept album. And if you're going all the way back to Cool, which to me is hip hop's best concept album, so he's done these before. The concept he chose to do here is definitely different. The concept here is an alternate universe where Amy Winehouse becomes a battle rapper. And when I first heard this, I was just like, okay, this is random even for Lupe. I'm like, this is a random concept. Like, where does this even come from? But then when I dove into it, it actually is very interesting because apparently on a Amy Winehouse documentary, there's a video that shows Amy Winehouse when she left a voicemail to Salam Remy. And on that voicemail, she was saying that she had all these battle raps that were just coming out of her, that were just stored in her head and just coming out of her like crazy. And she actually says on the voicemail, next time you want to come for me, we can have a battle rap off and I'm going to kill you because I'm a samurai. So that's where it comes from. So Lupe saw that and, Lupe's creative mind goes crazy. He made a concept out of it. So that's where it comes from. So it's actually not as random as I thought when I first saw it. So I'm like, what? Amy Winehouse becomes a battle rapper. It was just kind of out of left field. But turns out it actually wasn't. There actually was something to draw from here. So it's pretty interesting. Overall, I do like this album. This album is good. This is really dope. I think that it may take a couple listens. I'm still actively listening to it, so there's definitely some things that I probably still haven't picked up on this album. I'm sure I haven't. That's how Lupe albums are. Like I can listen to the Cool today and probably pick up on something that I didn't. But I think that one of the things that makes this album so strong is I think that it sounds good just sonically, just the way it sounds good. And that was the main thing I thought the first time I heard it. It was like, okay, I know there's probably a lot of bars that are probably going over my head, but this sounds good. This album really sounds good in general. So yeah, I think this album is really good. I think that Lupe definitely, I think when he has a concept to really draw from, I think that's what really pours out some of his best music. So talking about some of the things that I liked about the album, the song Samurai, definitely a dope song. First time I heard it, this is before I knew what the concept was. The first time I heard the song, I was like, it's all right. Like, it's cool. But when I listened, the more I listened to it, the more I liked it. That beat really, really grew on me. Like, it really grew on me. And just the overall feel of that song is really dope. Like, I actually feel like now I was tripping when I first listened to it and didn't like it because, like, now it's actually turned into one of my favorite songs on here. I thought it was really good. And now listening to it, knowing where he was coming from with it, it's like, okay, yeah, I get it now. So he spits of soon-to-be fans of the samurai, smile wide, got a panoramic camera vibe. If you analyze, she's a one-woman gala, glamorized, just without all the glamour or the gala ties. Like, you start to hear, like, okay, I do hear the Amy Winehouse references there. So that song is really dope. I definitely loved Samurai a lot. The next song, Mumble Rap. And to me, Mumble Rap is the more like direct song on here that goes to the concept. It's very direct. Mumble Rap is Amy Winehouse she runs into a guy and the person just, touches her and says, you're now going to become a battle rapper is pretty much what it is. And then she just transforms into a battle rapper. Man, Lupe got a hell of an imagination, man. But the song is dope. I mean, because it's like 1 minute, she's herself, but the next thing you know, now everything's a verse, now everything's a line, a lyrical onslaught of rhymes, a hardcore roughneck bomb drop divine. Like Lupe is just crazy with the rhyme schemes, And the fact that he's able to rap like that and still directly nail this concept is just undeniably impressive. I love the beat as well. I love the overall the way his voice sounds on that song. Like his voice sounds energized. Like it gives me the cool vibes. Like the whole song just gives me the vibes of like how he was on the Cool album. It's really dope. And then man, when he started flowing at the end of that joint, when he go similar to riding around looking for a rest to resist, ain't no rest for the wit, no recess for the gift. It's like I don't do it for the check or the chip. I protect and predict what's next gonna flip. I address then I rip, get respect then I dip. I don't live in the past, I finesse and forgive. Come on, Lupe. Can't be bodying them beats like that, man. That song is phenomenal, man. So yeah, mumble rap is crazy. Cake. First time I heard Cake, I did not like it much at all. It started giving me kind of like the vibes what I've been criticizing Eminem for, just rapping a bunch of words without any real direction. But I must say, understanding the concept, a lot of the bars started to hit me a little bit different. Because the concept of the song is, so the previous song, Mumble Rap, Amy Winehouse wins her first battle, right? And then this song's like a celebration of that. It's like, tastes like cake. This is like one of my the best things I've ever done or whatnot. It tastes like cake. This is great. So like, that's where the concept is. So it's a cool song. I still can't say that I love the song as just as a song. I think it's okay, but the bars, Lupe is just on another level with his rapping. Like Lupe's pen is just unbelievable. And look, I mean, I'll do a separate video where I just talk about Lupe in terms of like where his overall legacy ranks in hip hop. But like, I will put his pen against anybody that's ever picked up the microphone. He's that good. He is that good. And that song is just a showcase of that. He just carries that song with how well he's rapping. So yeah, so Cake is cool. Palaces is another really dope song. Very dark, very poetic. I don't know 100% like how this fits into the Amy Winehouse concept. The way I'm thinking of it, and I could be wrong. You can drop a comment if I'm dead wrong. But like the song sounds like he's like rapping about things just falling apart. Building something great and then starting to see it just fall apart. And I guess that you could say that in this alternate reality where Amy Winehouse becomes a battle rapper, she still faces a lot of the demons that she faced in real life, and maybe that's what's being conveyed on that song. That's just what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Lupe's stuff is crazy, but that's kind of what I took from it. But the song overall is just really dope. Really, really good verses. I love the beat change. That beat change was crazy as well. So yeah, really, really love that song. Definitely one of my favorites. Number One Headband was dope. The jazzy beat was really smooth. Again, Lupe is just rapping. That brother can write some raps, man. And now there are probably references that I did miss because I researched it, and the song is actually a reference to an anime that I've never seen. So I'm sure there's some references that I didn't catch on the song, but the idea of number one headband is when you're wearing a number one headband, you're the greatest fighter in the world. And so I think with this is just wanting to be the best rapper in the world. So yeah, dope song. Bigfoot's another song that I really loved. Incredible song. It seems to be really focusing on the struggles of being an artist. Sometimes when you're an artist, you second guess things. And then he talks about like the business aspect of being an artist. And I thought that, man, those verses were just outstanding, man. So yeah, I loved Bigfoot. Bigfoot was another one that I feel like, especially when it gets to the part where they're talking about the business aspect of it. And I think that one, you could definitely see how that kind of relates to the concept of Amy Winehouse and whatnot, because again, I think that it's showcasing like even in this alternate world where she's a battle rapper, a lot of the same kind of struggles were still happening. So yeah, I love that song a lot. Really love that track. A part on Bigfoot that really stood out to me is the part when he's like, but I never signed up to be a lawyer. I just came here to spread joy. And when you sing, 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 sing. But that'd be the same thing that destroy you if you don't look over like a voyeur with extra OCD and paranoia. Every single piece of art, a piece of hearts to rest, or rest in peace to art. And normally these are the things that would keep inside your head till you realize that you're singing this instead. Come on, Lupe, man. That's just salute to that brother, man. He can put together some raps, man. Lupe is he's a special writer, man. He's one of the best. He's one of the best writers we've ever seen in this game. Moving on to Outside. Outside, I thought was solid. It was a cool track. Raps are on point. Not one of my favorites, but it was definitely good. He was getting busy on there. Some of the bars are a little cryptic. I'm still catching stuff. But yeah, Outside is a good song. Till Eternity is probably my favorite song overall. Because I love everything about it, the beat, the flow. It's probably my favorite hook on the album. The You and Me, yeah, Till Eternity. Yeah, I love that hook. So yeah, as an overall song, it's one of my favorites. Again, a lot of cryptic bars on there, but a lot of good wordplay that I did catch, man. Lupe is just that dude. The bars are crazy on that song. So yeah, that's probably my favorite overall song on there for sure. So yeah, man, there's a lot to love about this album. This album is really good. It's really good. So getting into things that I didn't like about the album, I will say there's not really a song that I can just point to and say I'm skipping it. I like all the songs on here. I think all the songs are good. So if I'm playing this album, I'm probably gonna play it front to back. I do like basically all the songs. But there are definitely some aspects of songs that I don't really care for. I mentioned it, Cake. I just don't like the hook on that song. That song could have been way better with a better hook and definitely a slightly better beat. It's not a bad beat, but I wish there was a slightly better beat on there. Same thing with Outside. I'm not really big on that hook. But yeah, I mean, and the one thing I will also say is there's not really a lot of out of this world great overall songs on here. There are a lot of really good ones, really good songs, but there's not a lot of those 10 out of 10 grand slams. And a lot of that is just because Lupe's discography is so crazy that the standard is all the way up here. One more thing I would say is that this concept is very interesting. It's a very interesting concept that he went for on here. And I think that it could have been a little bit more direct. Now, look, I know that direct and Lupe isn't quite in the same thing, but hear me out. It's not that I'm saying that he should spoon feed it, because Lupe doesn't do that. He's never done that. His music is not like that. His music is cryptic. You have to really dive in and listen. But to me, the only song that's really directly to where you can really catch it was Mumble Rap. And I think a lot of the other songs, there are little reference points here and there, but it's not like a full story like Mumble Rap was. They're really, when you think about it, even the song Samurai, there are references for sure, but there's not a lot of direct reference points to what the story is. What's the actual story? I understand she becomes a battle rapper, but what else is happening? Where does this lead to? Does it lead to the same thing that happened to her in real life, or what? The cool was a concept. The cool was a story, and you could follow the story, so you know exactly what happens to Michael Young history at the end. Well, you knew because it was a prequel to the song "The Cool" on Food and Liquor. But you know what I'm saying, though. It was, you could follow it, even if you didn't catch every single thing, because the song "Streets on Fire," to this day, I mean, I know what the song, what's going on in the song, but there are bars on it to this day that I don't quite catch as far as how this relates to it. But I know what's happening. I'm following it. I don't necessarily think on here he really does. He does that. Now, again, Lupe's cryptic. So maybe if after listening to this for 5 years, I'll finally say, aha, I got it. I see how it does now. But I don't know. I think that it could have been just a little bit more direct, just a little bit more. Like there could have been a couple more songs that were you can listen to and say, okay, this is what he's doing, even if I don't catch every single bar and whatnot. So that's just my thoughts. I still like it. I still think it's a really good album. I think that the concept when you first hear about it is random, but then when you like dive in, I definitely see what he was going for sure, and I do like it. So overall, this album is good. Scale of 1 to 10, and at the Silver Lining, any album that gets over a 7 gets my stamp of approval. This album will absolutely get my stamp of approval. It's super dope. Scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna go with an 8. Go with an 8. My top 5 songs: give me Samurai, Mumble Rap, Palaces, Number One Headband, and Till Eternity. Yeah. So yes, Reggie, it's your boy Reggie. Silver Lining. Peace.